In this video, I want to talk about buck fever. This was a request from one of my subscribers, and he asked me to do a video on buck fever. Well, if you're a hunter, and especially if you've been a hunter for a long time, you know what buck fever is. But if you're a novice hunter, then you probably get it and you don't know how to handle it. And I'm going to give you some tips on how to handle buck fever. The first tip I can give you is your breathing. Just say you see that deer coming through the woods, you start breathing really hard and you start shaking. But if you can control your breathing, it helps to control your shaking, and you'll be able to pull back and get on that deer and make the shot. Another one is talk to yourself. I mean, don't talk like I'm talking right now, but whisper to yourself like, okay, anchor, put the pin in the right spot. Just talk to yourself through it. One time I had buck fever, and I was in, it was one of my first times ever bow hunting. It may have been my first time bow hunting. I was by myself. My dad put me in a ladder stand overlooking a food plot. And he went about 200 yards and got up in a stand. He wasn't planning on shooting anything. He just wanted to watch me to make sure I was okay and stuff. I guess I was about 8 or 9. And I was sitting there, and I see deer coming. It was 2 does, and they came in the food plot. And the big doe that she was feeding out there, it was out of range for me. And there was a fawn that came up right under me. So this would be my first deer ever with a bow. And she walked right under me. And I got my bow and stuff. I was shooting a little bear bow. And I went to pull back, and I had my bow up in there like this. And I went to pull back, and I couldn't pull my bow back. And I was shaking and going on. And I looked down, and that fawn was sitting there like this, looking straight at me. And I was struggling, and I never got my bow back, and I never killed that deer. And that was a lesson that I learned. I had never pulled my bow back from a tree, so I didn't know how it was going to feel. And I couldn't pull my bow back in the tree because I was so shaken up. But I cured that because the next time I went out, I actually harvested a deer, and I talked myself through it, and I was able to pull my bow back, and I harvested that deer. So you want to talk yourself through it, and that's the main thing. And just control your breathing. Another tip I want to give you is practice. Don't just go and get you a bow and then be like, okay, I'm ready. Shoot it once and be like, okay, I'm ready for deer season. I'm waiting on deer season. You want to practice, gradually practice almost every day. About 3 weeks before bow season, start practicing every day and get your confidence built up, get your muscles used to it, get your muscles back into it, and just be ready. Don't just wait around and be like, okay, bow season's tomorrow, what do I need to do? Just be ready and be prepared. And that's all the tips that I can really give you on buck fever. It's just it's mental, and you just need to grow into it. I mean, the first couple deer you kill, you're gonna have buck fever. There's really no way to cure it, but you'll get better, and you start maybe letting smaller deer pass or does pass. Just letting them pass and maybe start shooting bigger deer, and that'll help you with your buck fever. And you won't get buck fever until you see a big one. But you know, I still get buck fever. I mean, not on every deer, but you know, if you don't have buck fever, don't hunt. Hunting's not for you if you don't get buck fever, because buck fever means that you want to hunt. You're excited when that happens. But if you just shoot a deer and you're not really excited, just don't even hunt. Hunting's not for you. But I mean, that's all the tips that I could really give you on buck fever. And I mean, just subscribe to this channel if you're new, and because I'm really trying to get a lot of subscribers and put good content out there for y'all. I mean, I've got 1 deer this year, and hopefully we can get some more. And thanks for watching. This is the Archery Tip of the Week.